Hi there, this is Amanda Frankel and I am back with another video for you. Today we are going to be making this fun bright card. Everybody's got a friend who is part of their garden, and you should definitely send your garden cards every now and then. And this is the perfect stamp set and colorful paper selection to do that. So let's get started. We are going to start with a Whisper White panel, or sorry, Whisper White card base. This is just half of an 8.5 by 11, so it's super easy to cut. And remember, when you're cutting one, cut two, okay? Because it makes two automatically, so you're just gonna go ahead and make two cards and be happy that you did. Because your garden is not just one big tree, it's not one lone pine, it's a whole garden of little flowers. Okay, so there is my card base done. And the next thing I'm going to do is use some Night of Navy. This Night of Navy paper is a great staple. It's actually one of our neutrals now because people use it so much as just a neutral color that they've reclassified it as a neutral, and it works great. But I wanted a little bit of substance to my navy here and a little more fun. So I went ahead and I embossed it. And I used this folder here. This is in your Occasions catalog that I just threw somewhere. Hold on one second here. This is in your Occasions catalog. This is what your Occasions catalog looks like, and it is only good through the beginning of June 3rd. So if you see something in here that you like, you should get it quickly, because when it's gone, it's gone. If it doesn't carry over to the new catalog, which we won't know until the same time, then you're going to be sad if you missed it. This is the whole suite, the Happiness Blooms suite, and this is what we're working on today. We're not using the stamps. But we are using the punches, the paper, the color here, the embossing folder. So if you liked this suite, you could do be done, and you would be able to make a bunch of cards. Okay, so this is what we're using. This paper is hard to tell how fabulous it is, but it is here. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the colors and the patterns. They're super vibrant and big and fun. If you remember Marimekko, it kind of reminds me of a Marimekko style print. Look at these big, bold designs and colors, and they are great with neutrals. This is going to be super cute. Wouldn't that be cute with like a pineapple card? So adorable. Or a flamingo. I don't know. Very cute. Anyway, this paper is great and available now, but this will not be available in the annual catalog. Maybe this, but not that. So definitely get in on the action. I did go ahead and emboss this. Stampin' Up! In all their wisdom has been awesome to add this line here. See that line? If you are a neurotic crafter, like sometimes I can be, I'm not today, but I can be, I would be nervous trying to line up the edge of this on something directional because they're all uneven and kind of fun. And then I would be worried that it's not straight. But if I have it straight on this line, I know that overall it is a straight direction. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so I went ahead and embossed this ahead so that you wouldn't have to wait and watch me do that with the Big Shot. So here it is here. I am going to use liquid glue. When you, and that's my multi-purpose liquid adhesive, when you do, when you add embossed paper to another piece of paper, use more glue than you normally would have because it's got some texture and it's a little bumpier, and you want to make sure that it grabs, okay? So you want your grabby paper. So we're going to stick that on there. Oh, I'm going to slide that over. This is one of the reasons why I love the liquid adhesive. If I had put that on with my snail, first of all, my snail doesn't hold embossed paper very well. It really depends on your climate. Mine, no. So that's why one of the reasons why I use this. But I would not have been able to like adjust it with my thumbs once I glued it on. It would have been just done. Okay, so now I have a couple other things to do. I want to add my print paper. So my print paper, let me see here. I cut it already. It is 5 inches. I will, by the way, list all these sizes and item numbers here. And then I will also, in the description, list them with a link so that if you love something, you can just click right on it and go straight to the store and get it and be done. I'm actually using a little bit narrower strip than I used here. So as you can see, I'm going to list this measurement. This one is 1 3/4 by 5. This one is 1 1/2 by 5. The only reason that I'm doing this is because when I cut for a class and I use these, this is what I ended up with, and it's going to be just as good. So I'm going to go ahead and use it because I don't waste any paper. I don't know about you, but I just don't. All right, so I'm going to stick that right about here. Again, not killing myself with that, with trying to line up with the dots. I'm more looking at this line and this line against my edges, okay? So there we go. the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to pick these colors that are in this paper out and use those for my flowers and for this little piece of paper. This is actually a really cool trick, so I will show you this. I needed Lovely Lipstick, which is this red color. It's not real red, it's actually Lovely Lipstick, which is a kind of a little more cherry color than the real red, kind of maraschino-y color. I didn't have a ribbon in Lovely Lipstick that was wide enough. The only ribbon that I had that was Lovely Lipstick was skinny. And I could have done like one of those little Z's behind here with the ribbon, but I wanted something a little straighter. So I just cut a piece of paper. Easy. It is 1/2 inch strip by, let's see if I can figure this out right here for you. 1/2 by 3 3/4. I'm sure I was really super worried about it. The blue is going to be 4 inches, so that's why I cut it a little smaller. And then all I'm going to do is just angle it off. So I'm starting at the edge I want to keep, cutting down, done. Okay. And then before I add anything else, I'm going to kind of lay it out here because I don't want to put it, I don't want to glue it on too low, because then when I go to put my other piece on, if I have it too low, it kind of covers up here. I do want flowers to show from the bottom, so I'm going to put it like way up here. Okay. I'm going to set that aside and not glue that just yet. Work on this. This is just Whisper White cardstock that I punched with this label punch here. Don't remember the name. It's in the annual catalog, but I will actually post it here for you so you can find it. It's just a super utility punch. You need more label punches than you think you need. And oh, you can see outside in my reflection. Look, something shiny. Sorry, I distract myself like that all day long. It's amazing that I can get anything done. Okay. Anyway, you need more label punches than you think you need. You really do. So get yourself a couple of these punches in the different label sizes. All right. The stamp set that we are using today is a big thank you. And I love this stamp set. It's in the annual catalog also. The reason that I like it so much is there are just a lot of really nice inside things that you could do as well as outside. And that's always very handy. I'm not much of an inside card stamper, but I do have customers who take classes. Lilette, this is you. I do have inside stampers, and they like the different sentiments too. And I just think it gives a nice option for them. But you can use them on the outside too, and it's got some swirlies too, so it gives you some options. Okay, so because it is a photopolymer, meaning see-through stamp set, I am going to put it on a clear block, and I'm going to put a mat under it to give it a little more give. That is a standard thing that I do that you will see in all of my videos, pretty sure. This is Night of Navy ink, and I'm just going to ink up my stamp here with my Night of Navy. And then I'm going to eyeball it and try to be as straight as I can, although if it's not super straight, it doesn't matter because it's kind of a wonky card, right? It's not super straight. Is that going to bother me? It's going to bother me. I'm flipping it over. I'm flipping it over, and then we'll decide which one bothers me least. The least bothersome. Least bothersome. Okay, good. Perfect. All right, so fingers in the ink. Also perfect. All right, closing up my ink pad. This is the old style. The new style is a little easier, but I still put my fingers in it. Okay. I can go ahead and glue this on because I kind of did look, right, and see where I wanted it. And this part is actually glued still, this red strip. And I'm only going to glue it where it's going to touch the DSP, which is Designer Series paper. That's Stampin' Up! Speak for Designer Series paper. So I'm only going to glue it there so that it kind of looks like a ribbon. Okay, it's okay that I got a little glue here. Nobody's going to know because that's going to go right there. And now I'm going to make my flowers. The flowers are in this catalog here. It's the Bitty Blooms Punch Pack. This is another thing that you don't know that you need this many of, but you need little tiny flowers all the time. Because if you ever put your finger in something, that's where a little flower goes. I'm telling you right now. It comes in a pack of 4 punches. So it has 3 flowers. They're different, funky, kind of wonky flowers. And it has one that's got like a little center and a little leaf. Perfect. Not using that today, but they're cute. All right. So the colors that we're doing are Pineapple Punch. Pineapple Punch with this punch. And look, this is just a scrap of paper, and look how many little flowers I could get out of there. If I were careful, I could probably get 10. I don't know. It would be a challenge. All right, and then this one is Calypso Coral. Also a little scrap. Could get a bunch of flowers out of there. And this is good TV time, right, project, because you could sit and punch a bunch out, throw them in a little a little place, and then when you do put your finger on something, you've got flowers made. And I'm going to use this one here. Okay, and I've got it right here. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue them on. I could have done different flowers, and as a matter of fact, looking at this, this is not my sample. Ironically, I had a class last night, and I made this card, and this is actually not mine. I can tell because I grouped my flowers differently, and I actually did this flower in the orange and this flower in this ironic and funny. All right, don't worry about that. It's not important. All right, you could use glue dots here if you really wanted to, but you don't have to. You could just use a little tiny smile of this glue. I'm going to do one up here, and I'm just going to do two down here. I'm not putting any of these flowers on dimensionals. Reason being is that my whole panel here of my, oh, that's glued. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. You ignored that. My whole panel of my sentiment here is going to be popped up, and I don't want it to be too tall because I want it to be able to go through the mail without any kind of problem. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to add some red rhinestones. These are in your annual catalog. I used a ton of them at Christmas, and I thought, just how perfect is this? This is your take your pick tool. And I'm taking my pick and picking these little red gems up. It picks them up very easily. If you bust one loose, you know, like let's say I just bust one loose and I can't get it to stick, I would just take this part of my tool and pick it up this way. Except I just press it down. See, it just picks it right up. And then I would put it here. Good. I'm going to slide that over because I got a little glue. All right, there we go. Isn't that funny that I ended up with a card that's not mine? Actually, that happens to me a lot. But look, it looks just like mine. I would not have known. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is pop this up on some dimensionals, and then I'm good to go. And I don't need that many dimensionals because, again, not going through a wind tunnel. Here and here. If I were straddling a piece of real ribbon, if this was ribbon here, I would probably put a dimensional here and here and here and here, maybe the little guys, and straddle that ribbon because the ribbon sticks up high and it's kind of harder to stick it to. But since it's paper, not to worry. And I'm going to just throw those off to the side, and I'm going to stick this down right there, and we are all set. And there's my card. And now I've got two friends in my garden. Okay, so thank you very much for stopping by. If you see something here that you like, be sure that you check the description below. I should have links there. And the measurements will be posted right in this video, so that ought to help you find them pretty easily. If you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be yours. Just, you can send me a message here, or if you place an order, I will definitely get in touch with you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to subscribe and join my Facebook group of the same name so that you don't miss out on anything. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.